Hello, hello, and happy fun day, happy Monday. It's another great Monday in the world where me, Irina Portnova, and Dina Alexander come in live and have these fun, exciting conversations about love, intimacy, and relationships. Because let's face it, not so many people are talking about it. That's why we love to bring it raw and real, and whoever joins our conversation, we always appreciate. And even if you are a silent watcher, it's already a big celebration because the only way we can learn something is when we tune in, when we listen, and we take it in. And then obviously we apply it into our daily life. And if this is the first time you are tuning in, welcome to Passion Unscripted podcast. And my name is, like I said, Irina Portnova, and I teach people through manifestation process. How do we manifest the best love and the greatest match in our life? And how can we make the relationship better? And I'm here with Dina. Dina, would you like to say a little bit about yourself?
Course, it's Monday, fun day, and Al is with us.
Elle, hello. It's great to see you. Yes, happy April. And yeah.
Yes, it's the last week of April, and it's today our King Day. The King of Holland. It is birthday, so we have an off day. So that's perfect. I love it.
Mhm. Mhm.
So if you're tuning for the first time with us, my name is Dina Alexander, and I am a personal coach, a relationship coach, and an intimacy coach. And I do marry spirituality with sex because for me that's the foundation, and I use sexual energy to create what I want, and I teach people to do that. So if you like it, please contact us.
Mhm. Yes, I love it because today's topic is all about how do we actually start tuning in and noticing something that's already working in our life. And we are going to be talking about you keep skipping the moments that matter, right? Because a lot of times we are focusing on something that is not there. And today we are actually bringing the focus back on something that's already working in our relationships and how can we actually notice it, right? So instead of keeping looking for proof that it's working, why we start connecting to the proof that is already there, and how can we identify it? We are conditioned to look for big signs, maybe big gestures, maybe something that confirms yes, this is real. So when love shows up in quiet ways, we actually miss it. We overlook the easy conversations, we overlook the moment of comfort, and we do not notice this little hidden shift in how we respond. And it doesn't happen because it's not there, just because it does not match what we expect, right? So today we are turning the focus in. Okay, what are the expectations and what is something that's already happening in our reality? Dina, would you like to add something to this point?
Yes, yes. I love these topics. They are subtle, but they are needed. And oh, there is a feedback. Can you hear that? Oh,
No, I don't hear on my end. Okay, go ahead.
so as we are talking about this subtle topic, but it is powerful enough to change how you experience love, and because we are looking for something bigger,
Mm-hmm.
we are expecting things, a clearer sign, a stronger feeling, a
Mm-hmm.
moment that finally confirms this is it. It is this. This is what I was waiting for. And while you're waiting for that moment, you're missing whatever you need to experience because it's a journey. It's those small moments the ones that do not shout out, the ones that do not overwhelm, the ones that don't come with fireworks but feel very real. This is what we are going to talk today, and I love it. I love it because it's the truth. So, what comes up? Or you want me to continue?
Yeah, what comes up is just like really be more mindful because our mind is always searching for the lack. And now we want to turn the focus to what's already present and we want to expand on it, right? So for instance, if you are with your partner and sometimes partner does give you the compliments, other times he doesn't. It doesn't mean that right now we are focusing on what's not there. Just connect to the moment that he does give you the compliments. Because then what you want to do to reinforce it is actually next time when he says the compliment, really take in and actually expressing it to him, right? Because a lot of times we might just take the compliment, but we do not really expressing our happiness, our joy, and gratitude for that compliment, right? So, in other instance, you can actually say to your partner, "I'm so happy that you're noticing because that really matters to me."
Yes. Let's start with honesty, Irina. I'm not saying that
Mm-hmm.
we are not honest, but I want to go deeper. Okay? Most
Mm-hmm.
people do not recognize progress in love, and that's what you're telling me about. It's a
Mm-hmm.
progress, okay? Because
Right.
they are trained to look for intensity, and
Mm-hmm.
you know what? Sometimes something dramatic. They want something dramatic. Sometimes something undeniable, something that feels like yes, without a question. But healthy
Mm-hmm.
connection doesn't feel always dramatic. It feels steady. And if your system is used to emotional highs and lows, uncertainty, chasing clarity, or you see those reality shows, or
Mm-hmm.
are you are those programs that really highlight those strong emotions and in a toxic way, then calm can feel like, is this it?
Mm-hmm.
And instead of leaning in, you overlook it, and you call it boring, and you miss out on something beautiful. And that's what we want. We want peace in our life. That's good for our nervous system.
Mm-hmm.
The nervous system doesn't trust calm, okay, at first minutes. Here's the truth: the most people don't realize your nervous system doesn't immediately trust what is healthy. It trusts what is familiar. And if your nervous system is sees unhealthy relationships around you with your parents, your neighbors, your friends, your good friends, you need to sit in total silence and and think whether you want to be in the shoes of your friends, and you will see that you will be very honestly saying to yourself, no, I don't want that life with my partner. The majority of us, we want it in such and such a way. So if you have a friend that has a very good relationship and you want to be in her shoes, I want you to contact me, because I want more of these, and I want their secrets. So I'm very honest at this moment, because the majority of the partnerships are like, not living alongside. They live together but apart, or
Mm-hmm.
they have a toxic relationship. Okay, they're not happy. I'm not talking about the first 2, 3, 4 years. I'm talking about 7, 8, 10 years together. So uh, that after 7 years, you can see those um, eruptions of those toxic traits coming in, and maybe you need to put some other boundaries in. Okay, so When connection feels easy, respectful, consistent, and grounded, your system may not label it as exciting. It may label it as unclear, not enough, missing something. And I have a lot of women coming to me saying to me, he is not enough because he's nowhere not doing this, he's nowhere not doing that. And I ask them, are you peaceful? Do you have everything in your house? Yes, I do. And that is it contradicts. It contradicts. So what comes up with you in you when I talk like that, Irina?
You know what, Dina, what comes up to me, these women do not know what they want. Because if they did, they would recognize if this is the place where they want to stay, right? Because again, if you are conscious enough, you understand like inner peace is the most beautiful place to be. And if the partner can actually give you that experience, you know that this is the treasure, this is, the keeper. And again, it's not about looking for these, like roller coasters. And like you mentioned, if people had trauma and this is the only thing they know, they unconsciously would be looking for that. But that's why you do that inner work, in order
Yes.
for you to understand what is really for you, rather
Yes.
than just going by whatever is familiar to you. And again, it's all about just recognizing, and as we were saying, these moments when you feel great with the partner, acknowledge them and be grateful and celebrate, right? These are the unexpected wins that we just might take for granted, but this
Yes.
is something huge, because somebody might be just dreaming of this kind of relationship that they're not having.
Yes. Yes, true. And you know what? Um, you know what actually is happening when you feel like your relationship is missing something and it's boring? It's a period when you're experiencing regulated connection. It's a new, your body is learning something new. And if you rush it and rush it past that moment, you miss the opportunity to build trust because it's something new. Okay, so you really need to pause and check with yourself, is this something new, or is it really boring? And connect with the new. Okay, let's redefine confidence in love. Okay, because I think it's not clear. Confidence is not feeling certain all the time. That's not confidence. Confidence in a relationship is not knowing exactly where something is going. I'm going to repeat myself. Confidence is not knowing exactly where something is going, because we women, we rush things. We want to be together, live together, have the kids, okay? And L said something. I'm coming to L. So let me, the last point that I want to share with you guys, confidence is not never feeling doubt. Confidence is built through small emotional wins. Those moments like you stay present instead of pulling away. You expressed something honestly. Those moments that you didn't overanalyze a message, and those moments like you allowed something to feel good without questioning it. And those moments like you respond naturally instead of performing. That's good, that we do that very good also as women. These moments don't look big, but they change everything, because each one of those moments tells your body, I can handle this. And that's where trust begins. So let's see what Al said. Al says, true, going for the sparks alone will not be an everlasting relationship. Yes. And you know what, something, Al? Those sparks do not stay. for a wrong ride. They usually stay for a couple 2 years, 3 years. Okay, I need to be very honest. Okay, after 2 3 years, you need to work on your relationship to bring other sparks because it will not become as the beginning. You can spark it up back, but it will evolve. Let's name it that way. Okay, tell me, is there something coming up, Irina, in you?
No, I'm just, like participating fully, just, like let's bring it along.
Okay, I like it when you come with. It's like a Pandora box, and you come with something new. That's why I ask.
Mhm, mhm.
Okay, okay, let's get a little bit sassy here. Waiting for the big moment is often a way to avoid being present in the real one.
Mhm.
Yeah, you're looking for a grand declaration. You're looking for a perfect sign, a moment of certainty, but love doesn't always arrive like that. Love is built. You need to build it, and usually it's being built quietly, consistently. And when you only value the big moments, you miss the foundation. That the foundation that you together with your partner laid underneath. You miss that. You disconnect from what is real because you're waiting for something louder. Yes. So
You know what comes to my mind?
tell me.
Like, um let's say the partner, like you are dating with somebody, and the partner buys you the gifts, the flowers, but here comes the moment when you are sick, and like you tell your partner, I'm sick, and the partner doesn't even care about bringing you medication or visiting you or buying you something, right? So that's where the disconnect happens, because sometimes, like we were talking about, it doesn't have to be big. What matters is when the person checks in with you, asking if, how do you feel today, how is your day going, remembers, let's say if you shared in the morning that you had the headache, he comes back sometime in the day and asks, hey, how is your head doing, right? So these are more important things than something grand like you just described, Dina.
Yes. Yes. And you know what? There is where transformation actually happens. Not in one big ah breakthrough, but in micro moments. Okay? Moments where you choose to stay instead of retreat, to feel instead of control, because there is our problem also. We are afraid of feeling because we have been hurt in the past. So we want to control. And if you are a control freak, as I am, because I need to bring it home, okay? Because as a coach, we kind of think we know everything. I think I know. Then we need to be more, I need to be more humble and true to myself to ask, hey, am I controlling this or am I feeling this?
Mm-hmm.
Trust instead of to question. That's because if you have been hurt in the past, trusting is very difficult. You can open up. I do believe if you encounter the right person, you can open up back. But trusting instead of questioning is a big part of this. Receive instead of only give or protect. I don't want this, I don't want anything. We women are like that. We need to, if you have been hurt, you need to relearn how to receive. These moments are subtle but very powerful because openness isn't a switch. There is no button we can press and you it's a switch. It is a practice. And every small moment you stay open, you become more available for love. Time flies, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So, what happens when everything changes? Here's the shift. When you start noticing, what is working for you, your entire experience changes. Instead of asking what's missing, you start seeing what's here. And that creates presence, that creates more appreciation, more connection, and more trust, because your attention shapes from experience to what you notice. Okay, it expands. Okay, so I'm the only one
Mhm.
talking, Nina.
No, I completely agree with you, right? So now we are just flipping the coin and we are saying, instead of just looking for these big moments, which keep us disconnected, because when we are waiting for something big, we miss what's already happening, and we tend to stay more in our head looking for confirmations rather than just being present in the moment and have that connection during the experience with our partner. So that's exactly what creates the distance, right? And I think a lot of times men can pick it up as complaining from women's part, right? Oh, okay, like you always complain about something, right? Or whatever I'm doing is not enough, because I guess it's also the ability of a woman to learn. Again, I'm speaking from a woman's side. I know that it also concerns men, but I'm talking right now what it is like for women, how it looks like, right? Because a lot of times, rather than coming from the place of criticism, if we can express ourselves better, and the best way to start any conversation, just say, I appreciate you for X, Y, and Z, right? I appreciate you for your compliments, for your love, for your care. But this is something that I just wanted to bring and to talk about, but because this is important for me, right? Now, see, it's already automatically changing the energy because we are already acknowledging our partner for what they are doing rather than just jump straight into the criticism. And that is a big change because now our partner is more open and willing to listen to what we have to say. And they don't call us that we are just criticizing because it's never enough, right? Again, it's all about noticing these little things, because these things are actually are important because they all compound, and that's how we see the dynamic in the relationship, and that's how we can see how healthy is that relationship.
Yes, yes, truly with true. I'm totally with you. So I want to embody this. Can we do that? Because it's so peaceful, and it's a topic that brings you back to you. And I would like for us to place a hand on your chest and one on your belly. And you can close your eyes if you feel like it, and if you're listening, and if you have been through difficult relationship in the past, and you need to get these slow emotion, or these soft emotions in place. Okay, breathe slowly and ask yourself, what small moment have I overlooked recently? Give yourself a couple of seconds, and whatever comes first, that is the moment. Now ask yourself, what would I feel? What would it feel like to let that moment matter? Feel, how would you like to feel that moment? And that's how confidence is built. When your nervous system has that feeling, okay, and you can guide it through doing this exercise. Yeah, coming back home, you can open up your eyes if you have them closed. Hmm, that's it.
I love that. Such a great way, right? And again, we can connect and come back to this tool anytime we desire, even when there are some a lot of different things running through our heads and we feel that we are going to be charged with the emotions, we can always just pause and repeat what Dina was just taking us through and connect to what's already working and what is something for us to notice that we haven't noticed before, because you'd be surprised. This is how our memory is functioning, right? It's just very selective sometimes. So the more we tune in, the more we stay with that question, the more we are going to discover, hey, there are already these moments that we can treasure and cherish. And the more we focus on these moments, the more we are inviting these moments going forward.
True. Totally agree with you. So, a closing invitation. If you're listening to us and something clicked, there is a version of you who doesn't rush past the moment, who notices the shift, who feels the progress, who lets small wins land. And over time, that becomes confidence, not forced, not performed, not but embodied. And as I said, if this conversation resonates with you, if you recognize you've been overlooking the quiet moments that are actually being building your connection, I invite you to connect with us. Okay?
Mhm.
This is the work we do.
Absolutely. So, and also, I just wanted to say, if you like this episode, share with somebody who might benefit from it, because sharing is caring. And Al, thanks so much for being part of this conversation. Al, you are learning with us, and I'm sure we are going to hear great stories from you one of these days. So for everybody who is going to watch in the replay, just type replay so we know that you were watching this episode. And have a beautiful, beautiful week. Continue tuning in to understand yourself better, and keep remembering that the small moments matter, because the small moments turn into something great and big. Thank you so much, and we'll see you on the next episode.